So what we are going to do today is file handling. Many of you, whoever is not at handled, it's just a recap. Usually there are two types of file we used to see in C and C++, only the text file and binary. As I said, every class, before starting the class, give some effect or emphasize why we are learning this particular topic or what is its advantage, how Python is handling it. So I can tell the greatest advantage of using Python, this third part, CSV file. So though we are not going to start with CSV file right now, the greatest advantage of using the Python language comparing to the other language is our CSV. So you can give some examples for that in real-time examples, day-to-day activity, etc. for before starting with our class. So here the important point what we can make to remember is text file always will have an end of line, /n will be there, whereas binary is an encrypted. So in what way I can use binary file? Usually to store the password, etc. we can use as the binary file. CSV we can take it separately. So these are the different ways. I am not going to show with the slide by slide all the things. Only this slide. After that we are straight away going for coding, etc. Before that, a crisp recap of the commands, what is required. All the commands are briefly explained with the example in the slides. But this is not a regular class because as most of you are experienced teachers, so I'll just go with the snapshots of these things. Just a recap, I'll go and straight away we are going for the programming. Even in the class, I feel the theory, what is required for the exam point of view, first should be made clear. Then the extras, whatever is added, we can elaborate it. So if you take text file, there are 3 steps involved. One is the opening the file, then you are doing the operations, whatever may be reading, writing, etc. And then close the file. These are the 3 things we need. Now coming to the opening file, there are 2 ways we can do it. One is using the file pointer is equal to open, and then we can give the file name, then the type of mode. Here itself we are going to explain what kinds of mode we are having and what are the frequently used mode. First we will emphasize what are the frequently used modes. So here F points to file object, because the pointer concept is not there for us. So either you have to say file handling or file object is better word. This object is like a bookmark to refer to our files. And open command is used to open our files. So what are the file? The file name can be given in 2 ways. One is called the absolute path, another one is called as the relative path. If you are going for the path where your file is currently stored, then we need not give the complete path name. Whereas if your file is somewhere in another directory, then start from the beginning and give the complete file name. That is the complete path we have to mention. That we have to give as an example, or we can emphasize with these 2 things. Then there are different types of modes available. These modes, as you know, one is the read mode, write mode, append mode are very important. Whereas if I want to read and write, I can go for R+. Write and read means W+. Append A+ is there, but mostly it is enough of using A itself. That is good. But some one more questions or something, if it is asked, we can go for this. Other than this, if it is coming with RB means binary file, WB binary file, anything added with the B, it's a for binary file, AB. It can be written as R plus B also, we can write. So these combinations, instead of saying R, RB, I can say R plus B. That way also I can mention. So these are mainly for all the table. There is a big table to learn about all these things. Is mainly for the 1 mark questions. Whereas for programming purpose, the frequently used are right now for text to file, read mode, write mode, append mode. These three is enough for the 12th standard to complete our codings. So other than that, we have one more command called close. So where we are going to use the close or how it is used. In Python, we have two types of opening the file. For example, if I write open, right now I'm going to give this relative path. So I have just opened abc.txt and the default mode for me in text file is read mode. So it is actually not mandatory to put, but for the students, whenever they are writing for the first time or for the practice, let them write the complete syntax so that they will get used with it. In future, when they are doing some projects, big programs, etc., these optional, etc., they can take her later. But as of now, let them write the complete syntax. Whenever you are writing with this open command and the extra, whatever the content we are going to write, compulsory, it is good, or for exam point of view, we have to close the file. It's compulsory whenever you are using the open command, f is equal to open or any file object is equal to open, we have to close the file. Once we close, the rest of the memory, remaining things will go to the garbage. Whereas I can use another method called with statement. With open, same program, same file, I'm writing with open abc.txt, comma read mode, as the file object is this, and the moment you put colon, you know we have to indent this method of writing statement. This file close is not compulsory. By default, Python interpreter will take care of cleaning the rest of the remaining garbage, etc., or the memory will be cleared by the Python. So there are two ways we can open our files. Using this method also I can do it, or I can use it. As a teacher, if your student has written this method, definitely check for this whether the close is present. Otherwise, reduce the mark because it carries marks in our exam. When I write just a read command in my compiler, definitely without error it will execute. But when you are having read and write mode, this is mandatory. So in case, mostly our questions will contain only one function for the exam, like read a file, do some action, or write into the file, do some action, that's all. Whereas practical program will be mixture of write and read. So in this question, if the student has written everything is good, ensure, because most students, according to me, they are leaving this. So definitely this carries marks. So we have to ensure the student is writing for this. Whereas if the student uses this method, this close is not mandatory. So this is about opening the file. Then after opening the file, what are the things we can do? We can read the file. How will you read the file? As I said, I'm not going to take it as a complete chapter because many of you are very thorough. This is actually, in fact, it's like a recap for all of us, or even to me, I can tell. We are going to read a file. If you are going to read a file, what are the different types available? One is called read function. Another one is read line. One more is read lines. These are the three methods you have for reading a file. Remember, when we have to read a file, compulsory the file must be already existing. Otherwise, it will throw error. So we assume the file is present. Then under what circumstance I have to go for these kinds of statements or the methods. If I want to read the entire content without any restriction given, I can go for this or I can go for this. Wherever there are more than one function, definitely there will be some difference. Read will always return the entire content in the format of strings. The entire content as a whole will come as a string. Read lines will be list of string. Provided you have entered in the entire line by line, you can see there will be a list of list within that strings are available. Now read line, what is the use of read line? At a time, one line you can read. One line at a time we can read. Whereas if I say read line 2 means 2 lines at a time we can read. So read lines, the entire file will be read. Read with empty parameter will read the entire content, but it returns in the form of string, whereas read line will return in the format of list of string. Read, is there any possibility to pass parameter? Yes, we can do. I have something like read of 5 means it will read only 5 characters. In computer terms, if I am going to tell 5 bytes. The advantage of byte, actually, when you take or when you read with other languages, you can see 1 character is 1 byte. So I am reading 5 bytes. If I want to find the size of the file, the whole file, if I want, the easiest method is go for reading with the entire thing with this and find the length. Easiest method to find the size of the file. So read of 5 characters you can read. What happens if I give read of again one more 5? It starts from reading from the 6th character. So first 5 characters read by this. The 6th, from 6th, it will read the 5 characters. So this will be asked as our output. I can ask a question in my program where I will have read 5 and then one more read 5 and then I can go for saying read. What is my output? Print of, here I am going to say f dot because file object is our syntax. Print read within bracket, what is my output? Here I didn't give any print command. I just put the f dot. Here also f dot, where f is the file object and we are calling the method read. So in these 2 places, since I didn't use any print, these things will not be displayed. So what is my output? After the 10th character, whatever the 11th character to, the rest of the output, rest of the entire file will be displayed as my output. So I can even ask output questions using our files. So it's all in our hands. We teachers, we have to take the topic in different ways. We have to manipulate it, try to give all the possible thinking for that particular topic so that the child will be thorough with the content. So it is not, we are only, I have taken only the function names or the method name. You know, whenever we are using dot operator, we used to call it as method. So I just took the 3 method, but these much things I can do it. I can ask as a theory question, what is the difference between read and read lines? What is the difference between read 5 and read line 5? Same way, practical or application-oriented question, if I am asking, I can ask them to give example for read lines, what it will do, how to print if it is in read, how I will check what is the output of this thing. So now let us see one by one as a program. Using the read, I am going. Very simple. Simple programs first we have to solve it and then go for, from the simple program itself, we can develop into step by step, increasing the difficulty of the coding so that the student will be having a knowledge as well as level by level. If they go, it will be easy. And one more thing, we have to emphasize the student, it is the class observation. Computer science, they can learn more than they are having a book and reading. Because we can't read anything from the book, more and more practice. Actually, as a computer science teacher, our part is more in preparing the question papers, setting the assignments, etc. The answers will be with 1 line, 2 lines. But if we do more and more, if we give more and more like this, the child will understand more and they will have a good base. So let us see with the program. If I am very fast, you can please tell. Since all the teachers, you know all these things, our concentration is how to train. Teaching everybody, we are doing it. In training, how to increase the difficulty or increase the knowledge of the student. That's what we are discussing here. Any other alternative way, if it is there, you can always tell. I'll say I'm sharing here very easy program. I have a text file called pledge.txt. Our country's pledge, India is my country, that line. It contains 4 lines and we can see the lines also. Here I have used my read function or the read method. What I have done, I just opened the file. See, I didn't put the closing of the file, but it will work. But as a student, for writing theory question, it's compulsory. We should ensure that they have mentioned the close function in the file, whether when they are writing the file types of questions. So F is equal to open is our keyword and pledge.txt is my file and R is the reading mode. Even you can say RT means it is text file. Some purposely to make it confusing anything, you can give like this also. RT means nothing but text file. So the default mode is read mode. Default file type is actually text. Now S is equal to F dot read. You are going to read the file and print S. That's all. I'm just executing this coding. Since it's a reading file, the pledge is already created. I kept it ready. So you can see India is my country, all Indians together, all together as a single string, it will give the output. If you want to know how I know it is a string, just give the, how to find out the data type is string?
Type, ma'am.
Yeah, we have to just put type of, yes. These are, we have to ask the child again and again to tell, because this is repeatedly when we ask so many questions, then only they will also come out with the answer and they will remember. As I said, it is class practice which is making the children to get marks. I will tell 100% for every computer science teacher, it is their credit if the child is getting mark or the knowledge. No class, no extra tuition, etc. for these subjects. Now see here. So I can find it out. It is of the type str. So now, how to improve this program? As I said, if I want to find it out, first 5 character, you just see what happens with this f.read of 5. Here itself, always whenever we are doing some programs, I know everybody you will be doing. Still I am repeating, first manually, don't ask them to put big numbers, put small one, manually check whether it is correct, then go for the repeated ones. So I'm just checking India, it's a 5 characters, I have put the 5 now. I'm executing the coding here. See, only 5 characters are printed. Now, once again, I'm going to put one more f.read. As I said, n number of reading we can do. So first I'm reading 5. Then I'm going to say s is equal to even. To make the child to get confused, we can give n number of times f.read. Read. What is the output we can ask? Read off, you take 3, 4, I will take it as read and then print. Yes, what is the output now? The output should come as why this is, actually there is a space between these both the sides. The reason, as I said, read the 5 characters it will leave and then go for this one. So these things, small things, no, small outputs, fill-ups, etc. Before the class start itself, we can even write the number on the board, just 1 to 5 number. Let the child select any number. Based on the number, you ask some random questions. For example, I have put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll ask, give the student the liberty to select any one number. If it is 2, you ask one objective question or theory. If it is 3, ask some other question. For one number, just give no questions for them. They will be very happy. They will wait for these kinds of types of question answering. Instead of finding the student and asking in row wise, we can ask like this. They can select and we can have a prepared paper or something if it is an offline class. Suppose you are in lab, then you can use your PowerPoint or any online method. We can go for these kinds of MCQs. It need not be MCQ, even fill-ups. So now I'm going for the next level. This is for read. So then next program is for our, next one is for the read line. So we'll go for read line method. Here itself I'll change it. So here instead of this line, S is equal to read line. Everyone, you know, I am just once again repeating, that's a read line. Now what happens with this output? One line at a time it will print. So we can see India is my country. Let us see the, ask them to explore a lot. They need not to do at school. Even at home they can do and tell the answer. We have to emphasize them to explore and come out with answer. Single line, it's off. One thing is called as this. So class STR. Now the next one, read lines, what it will do, we will check. At a time, only one line will be given by this. Sorry, I didn't show that. I will show that too. If I have just a read line, I can see at a time one line will be printed. That is also of string type. Rest of the lines will not appear. The next one, I am going for saying read lines. What happens with read lines? So entire thing will come in the, here you can see a list. Inside a list, it will come as a string. But you can notice that every line at the end, there will be a /n. You can find it here. And every line of this one, I will maximize and show you. Here also you can see at the end, you can see a /n. Because it is line I have created, whenever I press enter, a new line will be created along with the content. So that also will be stored. So when you are asked to find out number of character, etc. in your program, future they should know to omit this. Let us see in the future programs. Right now, these are the different types of read line, etc. Now let us go for the next program. Yeah, now see this program. This program is absolutely fine, isn't it? I am reading with the file name is called as name.txt. We are going for read mode. We are reading the first 10 characters and then we are reading the rest. What is the output kind of question is this? So now let us try with this execution. This should give an answer. First, it will read the 10 characters. It will be stored in yes. And then we are reading the rest of the things again in yes. So the previous 10 characters will be erased. Easy to tell. From 11th character, the printout will come. But my program, when I execute, I'm getting error. The error what I got is file not found error. Why the error has come? The reason is just because all of you know that the file is not present in that particular folder where I am executing. In these cases only, the complete path name we have to give. What is the name of the path? What is this called? Is it absolute or relative? What kind of path is this? The way of writing from the beginning to the end. Is it absolute path or relative path?
Absolute path.
Absolute path name is compulsory to be given, so that now let us once again try. Actually, this name.txt file is present in this particular folder. So I just execute it. If it is a regular class, for the student means we will go to the folder and show them that file is not present. Then we'll come back to the particular drive and show them. Here all of you know. So here, when I write, I'm getting the output as this. I got only the 3, the reason of the first 10 characters. I just remove this and you can see the complete content, what is present in the file. So these are the names actually I have stored, but because of the 10 characters, these 5 plus that empty, totally 10 characters went, and I got only the Anthony, Anil and Arjun as the output. So like this, small changes we can make in our program, or we can give it as a fill-up, or we can tell them the file name is present in the so-and-so folder, and I am trying to open in D drive. It thrown an error. What kind of error? File not found error. State the reason. Make the correction. Small exercises we give like this. They will be thorough with this particular topic. Okay, I will come for the next program. This is for read again to show you the absolute path. And then we have done our read line method also, you have seen. Read lines also you have seen. You want, I'll just show you the read line, how the output will come for this. Read lines. Just see the output of read lines. You can see all will come within a single list, and you can see each of this. Just because I pressed enter in each of the thing, you can see every name will be attached with the /n, as well as this is each one will become a string inside a list. So we will see what type it will appear. Type of yes. Type yes. So classes of list. Inside the list, only the strings are present. So what data type is list data type. So the next one, what we are going to see is about how to calculate something with the manipulation of this. We can go for counting the number of characters in a particular file. One example I'll show you with that. Forgot the name. I'll go with this one. So these are the different what we have taught. Now this program, the first one, will show you, as I said, read line. This program, no read line. When I take this example, you can see here. I think again. Is it the new window is seen or the old window? Are you able to see my new window which contains programs many, or the same window is available? Now my heading is using read line function. Is it appearing?
No, ma'am.
Or I'll close it and do once again. The first program, read line method. So here when I do the read line, you know the line will be printed one line at a time. So you can see the one line is printed here. And the next one, Here in this file, last also one program is opened and kept it. Here in this program, what I am doing, I just want to remove the /n. You would have happened to see that all our lines are ending with a /n. How to remove the /n? The easiest method to remove the /n is using the strip command. Either you can go for using the R strip, or better to go for the strip itself. Strip means it will truncate or remove the empty white spaces from left and right. So I'm going for that. So now let us execute this program. What is this program is doing? It is reading the lines, the entire, my line means it's one line. Till the line it is getting. Whenever there is nothing is more, it is going to break. This is one way of reading the entire file. There are different methods we can read. As I said, read lines also can read the entire file. Read can also read the entire file. But if I ask a question, just use read line method to read the entire file, then I have to go for some thinking like this. So one of the method what I have used is this one. So when I give this one is last program, I didn't put the command line, that's the reason. Now you can see this outputs, this will not contain any /n. I'm not able to show you. At the end you can see here, this is not having any /n. See here, no /n is present. Whereas our earlier outputs, for each line at the end, there was a /n. So we removed the /n by using the function strip. The next one method is for this one. Different ways of using the same file with the manipulation. Nothing else we are doing here. So here in this program, I'm coming for this. So we have done using read line. Now I am going to take read lines. As I said, read lines of 2 means it is going to have the 2. Whereas here, I am going to read the entire lines. The very easy method for reading the entire content of the file, just to see here, just put these 3 lines, it's enough. That's what we have to ask. The children will come out with different ideas. We may have used one, but they would have used different ideas for doing the same thing. One will use the read, one will use read line, one will use read lines. So this output also will give you the same thing. But here our /n will be present. We have to only remove it. Just to show, sorry. I'm sorry. I'll remove this. This is another program. I'm sorry. I'll take it to the end. We are taking these strips over. Yeah, we'll take this one. Okay. Go to read the entire file, read the lines, to read the entire content. This also will read the entire content. Do it, we'll get the output. See, the /n will also be there. To remove this /n only, we've used the strip. Here you can see, the next program will tell you, I have read the file using read line, and I am using the strip command to remove the /n's. That also, if you want, we can check. Okay, now we will see this program. Only this. Okay, now the same read lines, but we are removing the slash n. Why we have to remove the slash n? It is unnecessary line. If you are going to print, it will have new lines each time. Double line spacing will come. And one more thing is to find out the number of character, etc. The children should know how to count it. So here I removed all the slash and etc. Now we will see this program. This is a program related with, this is the way our board exam it will be asked. With that, we can manipulate into, as I said, in different levels. I'm going for this program, a very simple program, to count the number of lines in our file. How many lines are present? There are different methods we can explain this program. The first method what I have used is, see here, sometime usually most of the programs are function based. We cannot write straight away the programs. So in the function, in some of the questions we will ask, accept the file name as parameter and then do this manipulation. In that case, this should be a parameter. So I am just taking this line to down just to show you. See, I'm going to make this as a function program. So here, assuming this program is asked to write a function called as, we'll take it as def count file or count lines. So the name of the function is given as count CNTLN and asked to pass the file name as parameter. So I'm taking F name. That's the parameter it is given. I should ask this parameter from the user. So now when we convert this into a, what I can say, it's a file function, the user defined function. I'm just changing these lines. A number of lines you want, you can return. That is up to the way the question is asked. Always same program in different ways, let them write. So here I will have this. First I'm asking the file name and then I'm going for the, what is that, calling the function. So what is the function name? CNT, LN and F name. Here also, if time is there, you can again once again repeat our user defined function, commands, etc. Now when I execute this coding, see, enter the file name. I'll just close it and once again do it. But I am not sure whether it will be shared, otherwise you have to tell. Is it appearing? Executable screen?
No, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am, it is not.
Okay, I will do it, ma'am. Thank you. Give the file name here. Oh, God. It is not allowing me to type. 1 minute. Actually, I'm typing pledge.txt. For me, I'll just take this also to keep it here. So I used pledge.txt, the file name, and I'm just pressing the enter. You can see the number of lines are coming as 4. I actually heard 4. I have 4 lines. So that 4 lines, it is appearing here. So this program, we are even passing the file name as parameter. Change the program, the return value, the number of lines should be returned to the calling function. So they will write the return statement. Like that, we can change. This is a very simple program where I'm just counting the number of lines present. Same coding, we can make it as count the number of words, count the number of characters. All this we can do. Another method of doing the program is here. Here, I used the method of split because I used to read. Read is used for reading as a string. So I cannot find the length of a string, etc. First, I have to find out the words and then I can go for that. But what happens now when I am doing that for this, splitting using /n, end last one /n will be there extra because I pressed enter. So to reduce that, I have put -1. Suppose you don't have any extras, we need not to give, but for read command, whenever we are using, when we are reading it, the last line extra one /n is there. To remove that, I have put the -1. Like how many words we are adding, reading time. By space, when you are counting the word, the last word will be added with the +1. This is also a method of finding the number of lines. Very simple method. So single program, different methods we can go. Now, in this method, this is another program which is going to teach you or which we are going to discuss about. I'll just put all this as hyphen. A program to find out number of lines which are starting with vowels and ending with an vowel. So for that, I think first I'll show you the file because that will be more clear. So I'll just share my text file first. This is my text file. Right now I am sharing it. See, in the text file, my question is going to be count the number of lines which starts with a vowel and end with an vowel. In that case, India is my country, all Indian brothers, sisters, it is ending with S. So it cannot come. Whereas second line can come. I love my country and I am proud with heritage. So I is also a vowel and the line is ending with a vowel. This is one line which you can have. So third, I can't have it. I shall give respect to my parents, etc. For everyone, I'll just show you and then I'll remove this courtesy. So here also it won't come. So our output should come as 1. But the problem here, whenever you are reading the file, there will be always attached /n. And I said the ending character, but here it is ending with dot. So always remember, in case of any dot is present based on the question, check to even remove the period symbol from that and then check. The easiest method to check the first character and last character, 0 and -1. But here if I put -1, the -1 will always refers to the /n present. So if I put -2, it will be dot. The -3 is only the original character. So either you have to put it as -3 or you have to go for removing all unwanted things except the characters and then do it. That depends only on your question, how it is going to be asked. So I'll share once again the coding. So these are the 2 programs which we are going to see right now. So rest of the coding, I'll just remove it. So in this program, as I said, what happens now? The third line only we are having this last character. The reason is because of the period symbol and the extra slash. Either way you can do. Either you can do strip the new line as well as the dot and then you can use the -1. Or straight away like this, we can put -3 because I know the content. Usually in our question, the content will be given in the screen or in the paper so that according to that, the student can do it. So different approaches we can go. Now executing this code, you can see this one. Sorry, the name is name error. I changed the name. 1 minute, I'll just check it out, the name and give you. Line number 5. Here, reg is given. Okay. No, it is not declared. I have to declare it. I think I made it as command line. 1 minute, I'll just put this as declaration. So here we are having it with the declaration. I'm executing it. So the number of lines which is ending with is 1. Either this we can do or this method also we can do. See the question? This is the one. A program to input a text into a file and should print all the unique words in the file. That means the word should not be repeated. For example, I am writing red is a color red. One time only red should come. Each word should come only one time. What to do? First, actually, I have to write the content. I am asked to accept the content. So I am accepting the content using the function called writef. I just given the name as unique and entering the string, writing inside, over. Reading only got this manipulation. Always reading will have the manipulation part. What we are reading here, we are going to read the entire content. Since it is word, we have to see the unique words. The best function is read. Read line will be of line. So best is read and split the word into the string into different words. Then check with the original content. Words 1 is one list. Word is a temporary list. What I have done, I am comparing the words 1 content with the words list. If not present, I will append. So let us see with the example. So I'll just put this one. Give me again a time because I have to share the 2 screens. So again, I have to close and come back. So see the program. See, enter the string. 1 minute. I think you can see both the screens. Yes or no? Yes. So I'll go for doing this. Enter a string. I'll have red is for red. Something. Red is for red. So that only one time red should come. That is what our idea. See? Sorry, I didn't put the space. Once again, I'll execute. Purposely, I'm putting 2 is for red. Output should come 1 red, 1 is, 1 for, that too in arranged order. Ascending order I asked in the question. So like that it should give the answer. So you can see for has come first, is second and R. As per the alphabetical order, it is arranged. Now how to change? Change the question in such a way, instead of doing this count, you can ask, store the words in a tuple, you can tell, and then display. And make the number of words or change the question to, instead of unique word, frequency of the word. Make it in a dictionary. Like that, different types of question with a single program we can ask. So with the completion, I'm just going to give you a small, what I can say, fill-ups. Let us fill that so that we'll get more idea, fill-ups about the text file. So I'll just share my Jamboard screen or something where we can get our content. 1 minute, I'll just share it. I can share my whiteboard itself. So I'll do it. 1 second. I'll remove this and then do. I'll put the link in the chat box. Join with that. Then I'll post the question. Big link is coming. Please click that link and join. I'll put the question in that. There will be a text box in the whiteboard. So you can take that and type. In case if it is difficult, you type the answer in the chat box itself. Or orally also you can tell. my question. Are you able to join? Yes or no? Based on that only I can do.
My browser is little bit slow, ma'am. I'm just opening.
Okay. No, I just want to know because even I am not sure the speed, etc. That's why I keep on asking. Able to join? Anyone? But I didn't see anybody here. Otherwise, I will give it in the, what I can say, as a assignment I will give later. But I feel one we can do here. No? Okay, then I will share it in the screen so that you can answer or we will discuss the answer here. I'll share. It's not a problem. 1 minute. Yeah. This is my question. See, we are given a method called as filter in words. In Python, which reads lines from a text file and display the part. We are supposed to fill up all these things. So what is required? Whether it is asked for reading or writing and display. See, it is already told that which reads line. So the first fill up should be completed with what? What should come here in this place? Anyone please help me? What should come? First statement.
Read mode.
What should come here, ma'am? It is for
Reading
line.
photos are we can.
Yes, R mode. The next one, line is equal to file dot and display words which have lesser 4 character. That means character by character only we are reading. So read function is enough. Then word is equal to, what is that? Word is a list. Is it? Split it. Because we have to take a word then by character. So I'll take this as line dot split. Then if C in word. So C is, I think 4 characters we have asked. Left with a few blank, 4 characters. Lesser than. So C is lesser than, what is that? C is less than or equal to? Lesser than. So less than enough. Less than 4. Which C is a word. Is it just C enough? No. What should come? Len of C. If len of C is less than 4 character, print. As I said, very important part here, our object file dot close. So this way also we can ask some questions, especially when it is for one word and another thing. These fill-ups will help you. Fill-ups actually, after thorough with the subject only, it will be easy to fill. Otherwise, student cannot do it. So this method also we can go for it. The next one we have is the binary file. Binary file is one of the major advantage of, and straight away I'll go for binary file with the explanation of the coding. The biggest advantage and another one about binary, using binary project you can start. Project idea we can give. At least this is the way we have to do that we can tell. For example, I will show you how I have planned. Every class first, it is with the binary only. I'll talk with the projects. Not that they have to use only the binary files. Binary file contains this best way of giving the group projects. See here, in a binary operation, I have to first do for write or appending the file, reading the data, searching the record, updating the record, deleting. I can ask each student to do each one function. Then combine together to form as a file. That will become a complete project type. This is a smaller level. Then later we can ask them to integrate with the SQL, or we can make them to write some other program. You take any railway reservation, hospital management, any kind of file, we need all these steps and a menu. So this is one of the best way to explain projects. The moment we start with binary, one by one function, write, execute, and then finally we can make it as a menu. I'll show you that. See here my example program. As I said, the time. So I just created and kept it. I'll just show you that. Sorry, so many files. Best method of explaining binary projects is through binary. Later, we can go for our SQL, CSV, anything they can do if they are able to do this program. So you know that binary files requires the import module pickle for serializing it. Load is for reading, dump is for writing inside the file. Now, this append method, I'll just ask them to do only append. No need to do anything else. So first we will do it as here, see. I'll make all these, though these programs are present, I'm just making it as a hive. It will inactive because I am not going to call the function. So I can do like this. One more is there. Yeah, I have complete delete also. I think I'll complete this also. See, all the functions, though it is there, the first function which I am going to use is our append or reading. Already I tried with some of the commands, so I just remove it by using W. Write mode I am using it. So when I execute this coding, again the problem will come, I think, for sharing. 1 minute, I'll stop sharing it. I'm not sharing it. I'm sorry. I thought I'm sharing it. 1 second, I'll share it. This is the best added advantages of our file. Yeah, see here. To sharing, I hope you can see my binary file as well as the output screen. Yes? Just a thumbs up also enough. Need not unmute. Okay, now here, see, I enter the player code. I'm just pressing 1. Enter the name as something we will give. The individual score as 12. Rank as 1. Just put, do you want to continue? We will say no. The moment it's over, that part is over. So one student can do it. The next student can do the next one. Like that, 4 or 5 students, we can ask them to do this. And the complete program, later we can bring it to a menu and make them to work. That is the nice way to do this one. So the same method, you can also go for different kinds of binary files for projects. Other than project, especially for saving the password, binary file is a best method. Some students are more interested with combining binary, CSV and SQL. So it's all depends on the children. But before that, starting of a project, I feel this binary file, each step, no, it will be useful for us to explain to them and why need group, how it will work without a complete program, all that we can explain to them. That is the advantage of this coding.